Good evening. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, also Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Hello, friends. We are post full moon. I would say, when did that take place? The moon entered Aquarius at 3:33 today, this afternoon. So the full brunt of the full moon started to dissipate. But what have you learned? What have you learned since the Monday full moon? This full moon was in the degree of an angel carrying a harp, and of course that suggests, oh, you win. Hi, Ryan. You remind me of my grandson. No, not because you're younger. Well, everyone's younger than I am, but my grandson will say, "I win, I'm first." When I want to get his attention, we do the 3-hour dash to the front door out of the car. Well, in any case, friends, this full moon has messages for us, and let's recap. Monday was a big day. Recap number 1: the full moon occurred at 7:57 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It was a beautiful moon. Did anyone see it? It was this big orange strawberry moon. Strawberry because it was reflecting the sun's rays, so it looked especially bright and beautiful. Full moons are always a point of illumination, a portal of change, when we can see a different perspective. Where that different perspective is being experienced is where you find Capricorn in your chart. And, Capricorn, among its many qualities, is the sign of boundaries. So has anyone felt since Monday that, yeah, I've got to put boundaries up between me and fill in the blanks? Maybe your family, maybe your spouse, maybe your dogs. I don't know. But boundaries are a very good thing when you're seeing them and experiencing them in a new way. You know me, I love those Sabian symbols. So the symbol of this particular full moon is an angel carrying a harp. This angel isn't playing the harp, it's carrying a harp. So that is suggestive of potential messages using the musical language. Because music, of course, among its many virtues, is a vibration. So what messages are you hearing in a vibratory way as of this full moon? What celestial messages are you hearing or are you perceiving? I mean, angel is represented across cultures, across religions, as the messenger of the gods. So that's one thing, full moon. Second thing, we have now Mercury in retrograde. Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is the sign of what? Home, family, belonging, security, food, protection, the country, and Canada, the country, are Cancer countries. So this Mercury retrograde is asking us to perceive our emotional body in a new way while it is retrograde. And it's retrograde beginning at the 26th degree of Cancer, and it goes back to 16 when it goes direct on July 23rd. So think of this as a passage where we're allowing the indulgence of insecurity and belongingness to percolate within our solar plexus. In other words, it's okay to be moody and emotional. Use that as data to figure out what makes you feel safe. And retrogrades sometimes takes us back to years previously. Takes us back to childhood. It's Cancer. Maybe it's taking us back to the smells and scents of comfort food because Cancer likes comfort. Look, we have a big holiday coming up. Maybe some of us will be nostalgic for Independence Day celebrations of long ago when we had our strawberry shortcake and our non-GMO corn. I don't know, but we might get kind of reminiscent and kind of sensitive with this Mercury retrograde. So play with that. And then the big news is that Jupiter takes the Leo throne. Yes, friends, after 12 big, long years, Jupiter, Santa Claus, now officially is in the sign of Leo. So perceive where Leo falls in your chart. That is the area of your life that's being expanded upon. That's where your life is being perfected by confidence, charisma, and expansion. And what expands is best of all, travel and learning. So look to where Leo falls in your chart. 3 major things: the retrograde, the Jupiter ingress, and of course the full moon. So a lot has been going on. I don't know about you. Who invited Bill Gates to my 4th picnic? That's cute. I like that, Ryan. You know, Gates and I share a birthday. Scorpio. Anyway, hi, Terry. Hi, Janet. Great to see you. Hi, Donna Lynn, Rhonda, Kathy D, Dawn Elizabeth, Cynthia, Donna Ball. Thanks for being here. Many boundaries here. Yes, Barbara. Yes, of course. Great to see you again, Nancy, Carol, and Mary P, and Ryan. Or I said hi to you, and Jerry. I think that's all I said. And Donna M, and Carol M. Yay. Thanks for being here, friends. Candy, Bridget, Marianne. Don't take plants home from Lilydale. Their weeds come with plants. There's a message there. Thanks, Marianne. Hi. A lot has been going on. I don't know about you, friends, but I had a shot of coffee before I came to talk with you tonight, because I think the past 48 hours has been exhausting for my emotional body. You know, that Mercury retrograde was squaring my Mercury. So I'm mentally tired. I've been getting good sleep physically, but I was mentally tired. I'm going to tell you a little Mercury retrograde story. I think you might appreciate it. So yesterday I get a phone call from my bank. It's a local international bank. It doesn't matter who called me, but it was a bank. And I've been doing my banking with this bank. It's kind of like a Chiron bank, right? It has a Chiron is the key. Any case, they called me and I ignored the phone call because I was retrograde. I was busy driving. I didn't want to answer the phone. I called them back and they said, "Who you want to talk to?" I said, "I have no idea. You called me." I finally got in touch with the person on the other end and they said, "Oh yeah, we know you. We were calling you because you lost your credit card, your debit card in the park." Park? Lost card? I didn't even notice it, right? That's a retrograde. I didn't notice that the key to my financial security again, Cancer, Mercury retrograde, was missing. Yes, indeed, friends. I was playing with my wonderful grandson, and I was so focused and vigilant upon his safety in that little wading pool that, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that my debit card came out of my pocket. But how cool was that? Someone from the park, I presumably some of the lifeguards, picked the card up, trotted down to Village Hall. The Village Hall people called the bank, who called me, and all was well. That is an example of a retrograde Mercury squaring my Mercury. Like thoughtfulness. How about little spacey Sandy here losing her credit card? Well, all is well, but that was my Mercury retrograde story I wanted to share with you, because the Mercury retrograde, like any transit, is not going to affect everyone equally. If you have planets at the 26, 27 degrees of cardinal, Libra, Aries, Cancer, or Capricorn, this Mercury retrograde may feel more profound for you. So that's my reason for the season here. Yeah, I was really lucky, Jerry, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Bridget is talking about, I feel I'm more lost. Bridget, honey, maybe I'll be coming to you with my thumb, but please just call me and I can do even a mini reading for you, honey. Okay. Because I understand lost. I understand. Trust me. I'm a very good reader because I've been lost and found many times in my life. So give me a ring. Hi, Katie, my favorite sister of, I shouldn't say that. One of my favorite sisters of my best friend. You know what? It's on my short list, Katie. If you're coming down to see him, let's hook up and talk UFOs. All right, fingers crossed. It's hard for me to make any sort of plans except going to the village to pick up my credit card because I'm always like in Leo land. But just text me and let's see if we can make that happen. Yes, Whitney Stryver is going to be at Lilydale. And another shout out to Lilydale. Thank you, Lilydale, for inviting me 11 times at your beautiful grounds this summer. I'm very psyched for it. But we had 2 great classes the past couple of weeks. I thought they were great. Saturn Neptune Revisited conjunction and Healing with the Stars, Universal Healing Protocol. That was 2 weeks ago. And I also did the auditorium lecture and mediumship there. So that was a lot of fun. Thank you to Lilydale. Lilydale to me is summertime. So if any of you are going down to Lilydale, make sure you let me know. Maybe we can meet up, have coffee. Right? Like me and Ryan, Ryan, someone else was picking on me this past week and said, how was your date with Ryan? I said, date? Ryan's a Friend. I don't date Ryan. Well, we had a date to meet on the wonderful steps of the Maplewood, right? That's to me is Lilydale. Hi. All right. Cancer rising. Marianne, you might really feel this retrograde. Hi, Tammy. Nice to see you. Aliens took my credit card, of course. Hi, Nancy. Oh, is there AC at Lilydale now? Well, there certainly was AC in the building I was teaching, which is the Lyceum. My belief is in the Maplewood, there's various rooms with AC and some not, right? Michelle, hey, nice to see you. Mary, hello. So, yeah, your best bet is to call the main grounds of Lilydale. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Jojo. We go way back. Everybody wants to date Ryan. Yes, he is the most eligible bachelor in the Lilydale grounds. It's true. You are a cutie, Ryan. Now I'll get myself in trouble. I diverge and I divert. Let's take a look at the energy of the week, friends. All right, now remember the Sabian symbol of this full moon. An angel carrying a harp. That particular motif is repeated twice in the next week. Sabian symbols, word pictures for each of our degrees. The next lunation, if we count all 8 lunations, is on Thursday at 1:02 in the afternoon. This is the lunation that's called disseminating. When we're disseminating and talking about and teaching about and commiserating about whatever we've learned since the full moon. So at 1:02 p.m. Eastern time, we have 10 degrees of Aquarius. That Sabian symbol is going to repeat the whole thing. During a silent hour, a person receives new inspiration that may change their way. Are you changing your direction? All right. I think we should all do a meditation at 1:02 p.m. Eastern time in a silent hour. Silence, meditation, solitude for each of us is golden, because how the heck can we hear the voice of the divine, of God, of the angels, of inspiration unless we're by ourselves once in a while? That's the one thing. Sometimes I feel like I'm a fish grasping for silence in my life, and I do make it happen. I do make that a priority, even though I have a very quote unquote busy life, but it's that way, not forever. Anyway, the message of this day, starting tomorrow, is called inner guidance. So we have a theme here: angel carrying a harp. Then we go to inner guidance beginning on Thursday and moving all the way through until the 7th of July. But let me make a few notations about the big 4th of July celebration, Independence Day. We have the moon in Pisces. So there's a lot of sensitivity, a lot of transcendence about that day. Transcendence can mean many things, right? Having a little bit too much inebriation, to trans out with our alcohol or drugs, or it can mean spiritual and everything in between. So I think the 4th of July celebration, make some prayerful invocation on behalf of the United States of America. The solar return chart for the US, I don't have it listed here, but at this exact placement of the solar return chart, which has the sun at 13 Cancer, the moon will be at 13 Pisces. So there's a beautiful grand trine in the United States solar return chart this year of focusing in on its compassion, its goodness, its fairness, and suggestive of spirituality for the year ahead. So we're going to jump to our next slide. However, after the 4th of July, we have our lunation. Lunation means special point in the month's cycle. This is the quarter cycle, the 4th quarter cycle that takes place on July 7th. It's a Tuesday. I'll probably review it next week with you. The Sabian symbol is brownies dancing in the setting sun, and it means attunement to unseen forces. So 3 Sabian symbols in a row during this full moon cycle. 1, the harp of the angel. 2, the inspiration in the silent hour. 3, the brownies or fairies or nature spirits dancing in the setting sun, becoming attuned to the greater forces. So this particular period occurs at 3:29 p.m. on Tuesday the 7th. And what does the quarter cycle ask us to do? It asks us to create a new template, a new sense of security. That's what it's asking us to do. So go to where you find Aries in your chart. So take note, wonderful Aries people. You have Saturn next to it, and that's suggesting that from the 7th of July until our next beautiful new moon, which will be the 14th of July, we're completing tasks. We're getting really busy to reformulate our new moon promise in Gemini. So it's going to be a very busy week starting on Tuesday the 7th. The other thing about Tuesday the 7th, I'll talk more at length about that next week, is that Neptune, the planet of dreams, goes retrograde. We're putting our dreams into this reconsideration vacuum where we're rethinking what we really want. So sometimes it's okay to be okay with not knowing. So we're getting to this dreamy time. On the 7th of July, it starts. It ends on December 13th, just in time for the holidays. So be gentle with yourself in your dreaming. I'm not sure I really want that. That goal, that piece of art, that car, that house, that guy, I'm not sure I really want that. It's okay. It's reconsideration time. Mercury will be retrograde. Neptune will be retrograde. Pluto's retrograde. On and on and on. Well, anyway, back to that week ahead. We have the Moon-Saturn conjunction that's saying, this is what I want. This is a boundary in my life. I'm not going to go past that boundary. I'll talk about all the signs in just a minute. And then we have Mars and Uranus, expecting some uncomfortable surprises, especially with technology. I think that's going to be applied to the AI revolution. There might be some news coming out about AI. There always is news about AI, but maybe some unexpected, difficult news, especially since we have Jupiter in Leo right now, where across the planet we're setting records with heat. I hope you're all safe and hydrated and as cool as possible, because Jupiter is big. Leo is the sun, big heat, big threatening heat, right? And then Jupiter will be opposite Pluto, which is the planet of death and rebirth. So things might get really a little dicey around this state regarding some of the heat issues, which also impact what? The data centers with electricity, because Mars-Uranus conjunction can spark some crisis around technology particularly. And this is all leading up to next week. The other thing about this chart, we have, where is it? Hygeia and Psyche. I love this one. Hygeia is next to Psyche. Hygeia represents preventative health. What do you do to prevent a health issue? Do you exercise, eat right, take supplements? What do you do? How do you get that information? Do you rely on your own physical body wisdom? I certainly do. Well, this particular aspect is asking each of us to unlock our psychic intuition about our health. It's not one size fits all. And that's very strong on this date and going forward on the lunation of the 7th. There you have it. Okay, here's your little nuggets for the month. I beg your pardon, I'm tired. Here's your little nuggets for the week. If you're Aries or Aries rising, this week is really emphasizing you, yourself, and you. It's really emphasizing your own sovereignty, your own self-awareness, your self-actualization, and you being the driver's seat. So pay attention to your own wants and needs and take a leadership role. If you're Taurus or Taurus rising, you may be physically a little bit more fatigued this week, but you're emotionally or spiritually on fire. Trust your impact of your intuitions this upcoming week for Taurus. For Gemini, the energy is related to friends, groups, and associations. Gemini rising, Gemini sun, you're looking at ways to network in a new way with new people. For our Cancers or Cancer rising in particular, the emphasis is on your job, your career, promoting some aspect of yourself, stepping into a new leadership role with a lot more confidence. For Leo or Leo rising, the energy is emphasizing travel, expansion, marketing in a positive way. For our Virgo friends, dig deep inside your inner self and transform. Take a look at your finances and make yourself a business plan going forward that's very strong and very fruitful for you. And also, it emphasizes intimacy, not just finances, intimacy with friends and significant others. This lunation is very strong for the Libras or Libra risers. It's saying to you, be the best partner you can be, or if you're looking for a new cycle in your partnership, initiate it. So it's all about partnering on a fair and equitable basis. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, the emphasis is on self-care, on your work, on your habit patterns, on being the best version of yourself using tools for health. For Sagittarius, this upcoming cycle is all about what? Fun and games and creativity, sprinkled with a little romance. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this particular week ahead is about your home, your family, trusting your traditions and making allowances for differences and boundaries within the family. For Aquarius or Aquarius rising, it's about your relationship with time, making new time for yourself, making time for what really counts and balancing your life. And for our beautiful Pisces friends or Pisces rising, the energy is about your self-esteem and attracting abundance, making more money. That's for all of us. Again, these are just little nuggets. All right. Time to do some spiritual messages. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Mary. Hi, Anna. Donna Lynn. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Debbie O. Hi, Elaine. Hello, Kat and Kate. What are you doing tonight, Ryan? Woohoo! Ryan, Lorianne, you are making a splash on this little webcast. Hi, Deb. All right, I'm going to say my prayer. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest, for the best, as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay. I am with Cindy Claire. Cindy Claire, and with you, my friend. As I'm tuning into you tonight, please say yes or no. Make sure you're still in the room, so I'm not talking to just air. So I'm with, Cindy Claire. Cindy Claire. Cindy Claire, Cindy Claire, Cindy Claire. As I'm tuning into you, please say yes. Okay. Hi, Kayla. Cindy Claire. I'll just wait for one more moment here. Cindy. She may have left the room. Cindy. Hi, Donna Lynn. Hi, Lorianne. Hi, Jojo. Hi, Carol, Donna Lynn. Okay, thank you. I know it's a simple thing. I presumed you were there, but I have to just get your permission, receive your permission, not get it, receive it. Get is spelled G-E-T. As I'm tuning into you tonight, dear Cindy, the first thing I'm perceiving is summers of long ago with you. I'm seeing an outdoor backyard, a good-sized backyard, playing kickball. I'm seeing those little old-fashioned lights around the perimeter of the yard, like a summer party. Could be the 4th of July party with friends and family. And you as a youngster, I'm placing you around 11 to 13 years of age, and feeling a part of the group, but always feeling a little special and a little different. And as I'm tuning into you, there was someone who was at those parties, a family member who's no longer with us embodied. And I believe this is a grandmother, or it's a grandmother. And she would sit back and maybe, sip her. She's saying, ideally I would sip a martini, but I would have some punch or some pop. But she would sit back and watch what was going on. And she's saying to you now, with words from the other side, that she's so proud of the way that you know how to balance people by your charm and grace. She says you might call it introversion, but sometimes it's good just to allow other people to talk and to take the lead. She had that same trait, this person that I'm in communication with. In other words, you mirror how she was as well. But as that young child, you may have felt self-conscious that you weren't like louder and more extroverted. I'm talking about the evaluation of extroversion versus introversion. And I want to say that you have both very well developed in your life, but then you questioned your introversion. Because at some point you heard or believed that it's better for children to be seen but not heard, but you were standing up for yourself more and more. And I'm putting a big circle around last September for you, Cindy. That was a very strong, difficult time when you had to speak up on your behalf. Somewhat also true in March of this year. And as we close the summer, there's a continuing narrative that started in September of 25 that's closed out in August of 26. And I want to say that you get the spiritual guidance and grace to be yourself and to speak your own piece in a gentle way. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be extroverted. You know how to, this grandmother is saying, how to balance and how to be discerning and diplomatic in such circumstances. Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. The wallflower back then, but not anymore, right? So you were kind of punishing yourself back then as a kid, but you're not that way anymore, Candy or Cindy. So many blessings to you. Thank you for confirming that, and have a great 4th and a great remembrance of the people who've come before you. All right, for our next reading is Dawn Elizabeth. Hello, Dawn. I'm with you, my friend, as I'm tuning into your energy. I'm feeling a sense of relief with you. It's almost as if, I want to say, there's a lot of tension within the home and the family, waiting for information, waiting for something to be resolved. And there's a sense of shrugging your shoulders and saying, wow, we got through that crisis. It's all okay. I'm also picking up, Dawn Elizabeth, some tenderness around your knees or your shins. And that's something you need to work on. You know what I'm talking about, but I'm not a PT person or a doctor. I'm just saying you're going to make that a priority to have more mobility in that area. I'm not sure if it's the shins or the knees or both. Number 3, the roses of June. I don't know if you have a rose tree or rose bush or so. It's a rose bush, but I'm getting roses, roses, roses. There might be someone from spirit whose name is Rose, and I'm going back a number of years. Someone, and I don't think it's a relative. I think it was someone in your neighborhood who loved roses, and she's coming in and giving you a greeting because she had rose bushes. Her name was not Rose, or at least that wasn't her first name. Maybe she was Mary Rose. But roses, roses, roses is what I'm getting for you, Dawn Elizabeth. The other thing I want to say to you is as we get through the eclipses of August, particularly the August 12th eclipse, you're going to be feeling a lot more confident and assured of your gifts and your talents and your creativity. It's like you're sitting back, you're feeling better about yourself than you have in a long time. Again, this crisis has just passed, but you're feeling more self-assured about how you can help others manage their difficulties. It feels like you've been working on your spirituality, on your prayer life, sleeping better, meditating more, whatever that means for you. You are more aligned with God and spirit. All right, friends, thank you for being here tonight. I wish for you a fabulous Independence Day celebration. Happy July 4th, whether you're staying inside to keep cool, hydrate, say a prayer, please, on the Pisces moon day of July 4th for this beautiful country. And know that the country was designed by wonderful, wise forefathers with a sprinkling of astrology. The country has 4 legs: compassionate Cancer, freedom-loving Sag, and inclusive Aquarius moon. So it's an amazing being, this country, looking at its Sibley chart. Sibley, by the way, was an astrologer from London that history shows us said, please, gentlemen, sign at this time in Philadelphia to create this new incredible country. So happy birthday, USA, and happy celebration for all. So have a good week. Thanks for being here.